Hey guys, so it's like almost 7 o'clock in the morning, and I don't have to work on a Wednesday. My boss texted me. She was like, "Yeah, there's really nothing down there." She's like, "You can just come in Friday and work both bailers." So that means all that crap I did on Monday. So you guys have seen the area. There's one side where it's cardboard and lab, and then the other side you have all the buggies and everything. So I completely cleared out one side, and then the other side, when I left, plastic and maybe luchador could have been done. Carpet doesn't really doesn't need to be done that much, it seems. But yeah, so that means the air. If I don't have to go to work today, that means the area was completely cleaned, which sucks because I kind of need the money, but it like, as long as I don't miss another day, I should be fine. Um, so, but that means hopefully Friday, because if I miss today, that means she'll say, "Oh yeah, he'll need to come in." I mean, we were open last Friday, so it may not even matter. But I've got both bailers to worry about, and I'm sure it's going to look like shit because it's whatever they bring down today plus tomorrow. So it's going to look like shit, and then I'm going to have to try to go in between both bailers, which is fine because that gives me not more hours. I can't get more hours. I mean, I could if I just canceled Skusa and had my landlady's sister pick me up. Even if I left at 3 o'clock, she would be fine with it. But yeah, she's like, "Yeah, you're off today," and I'm like, "Okay." So I'm guessing my roommate still goes in because she doesn't do any of the stuff down there. She helps the housekeeper and stuff like that. There's the other guy, Jeff. He'll be down there possibly, but it's a good thing I busted my. Well, like I said, not a good thing because I need the money, but and I'm still fucking tired. I want to go back to bed, but I know that if I do, I'm gonna just toss and turn because I was actually sleeping really well. You know, I pretty much slept right up until my alarm went off. Normally I'm up at fucking 4 o'clock, but I don't know. Maybe the fact that maybe because I saw Venti. Lately I've been so fucking stressed and worried about him. And I saw him last night, and suddenly I'm sleeping like a fucking baby. Maybe it was him that I was worried about for the past week. So, but I just went outside, fed Meowsy. She's fine. Still looking pregnant. So, I'm just worried about those cats. The kittens. And they're, as long as they just do what she does and follow her, they'll be fine. Like I said, there, like around here, unless they're dumb enough to lay under a fucking car, I've never seen a dead cat around here. Pretty much because it's a fucking school zone and all of that, you have to go slow, regardless of whether kids are in school or not. The residential school zone, so you gotta go slow, gotta go slow, gotta go slower, slower. Yeah, I've never seen a dead cat around here, at least in this area. So if all she does is what her normal daily routine is just going back and forth, they'll be fine. The birds, like the big birds that like to pick on the dead bodies and all that, they usually stay over in the trees over by Dollar General, by in that field. So, not well, they don't really just dead bodies, obviously, but bugs and all that great stuff. But they'll be fine as long as none of them get the idea of sitting in the middle of the street. In which case, I'd probably see it and go out. Because whenever a Meowsy or whoever stops in the middle of the street just for a second, I rush out and like, go. Shoo! Bugger off, the lot of ya! So I make sure they're not in the street. So, but yeah, she's gonna be a good mom, I'm sure. She's gonna be a good mom. I'm so fucking tired, man. Yeah, man. Oh, there we go. Now we're in focus. I certainly hope she doesn't have her kittens while I'm trying to sleep. Because especially if she has them under the house, when they have their kittens, they're, yowling. And I would love to help, but I can't really. I mean, I could fit under there, kind of, but between all the dirt and debris and, bugs and. I mean, I don't know how any cat or why any cat would want to have their kid in a place like that. I mean, there's that little container that my roommate got, and she cut a hole in it a while ago for them to have places to go when it was cold. But it's got a lid on it, so no one's gonna want to go in there. But she put that under the house, I think, yesterday. So, thinking maybe she saw the Meowsy getting a little bigger and like, oh yeah, she's gonna need a nice warm place, but they're not gonna use it. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe they'll get desperate enough, and I prefer them being in there. It'd be, covered. It would be safe. They'd all be together in a nice closed area. I do have but the matter is me trying to get her in there. The kennel over here. That kennel is perfect for a mother to be. Her and her litter. And when Ava had her babies, that's what we had to do. Especially because she kept wanting to move them all over the place. Like, we had to go on a kitten hunt because one's under a fucking couch, one's behind a fucking dresser. It's like we had to keep them all in one place. So we had a big dog crate. It wasn't that one. It was that the metal wire one. And we just made it all nice and comfortable, put some blankets over it to give them some privacy. And we just kept Ava in the crate with them. We let her out when it was time for her to eat, and then we just put her back in the crate so that the babies could eat. And she just laid there all day. She went to the bathroom when she finished eating, so we knew that she was fine with bladder and bowels. And we just kept her in the crate. And then a lot of times you'll find that people do that with outside cats, just keeping them confined. But with Meowsy, you can't. You can't catch her. You can't catch her. You try to, you lean and zoom. Here today, gone tomorrow. So, but yeah, I would love to put the crate out there for her and just keep her in the crate. But that won't happen because, like I said, you try going for her and she takes off. And she doesn't just like go down the step though. She'll run all the way till you can't see her. So it's a little more difficult. If it was like a female cat like Venti, where you can actually pick them up. But something will have to be done about the kittens or her, because obviously once they become of age. So we're gonna have a lot more cats running around if something doesn't get done. And unfortunately, the fucking the Humane Society, when I called about Venti, it was just the answering machine, but it was like, yeah, we're not accepting cats right now, and so I mean, hopefully, maybe by the time the kittens are of age, they can be, taken and adopted out. But all I know is that she's going to be a good mom. I mean, that is if she's pregnant. She looks pregnant. I mean, her sides are, expanding now. And they do say, well, not from reading, but I know firsthand, they do become more affectionate. Hence why I've been able to pet her. Not a lot, but they do become more affectionate sometimes, and they'll eat more, which she eats a lot. Like I said, not a lot. She doesn't eat a lot in one sitting. She'll, throughout the day, she'll just. But then again, Venti eats a lot too, so maybe he's pregnant as well. Like he'll sit there nom nom for like 5 minutes. He'll go sit down, and then like a minute later, he's like nom 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 because apparently I didn't eat enough. Nom 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 nom. So maybe he's pregnant too. I mean, it's 2022. And men can get pregnant as well, apparently. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a little ridiculous. It's just weird that he's pregnant. He's a male. He shouldn't be pregnant, but he is. Fuck, I've been pregnant for a while then. Still haven't given birth. It's like, dude, what's wrong? You giving birth to a fucking adult? I said that about my friend's husband, because she said something about that he's been getting bigger because he works at the factory down the street, but then when he comes home he doesn't really do a whole lot. So he'll be walking around and his stomach is like protruding out, and it's like, his shirt is kind of like a resting above his stomach. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Every time I feel like I'm fat, I just look at him and I feel like I'm not that fat. I'm like, she's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm like, he's gonna pop out a fucking 18-year-old, pop out like, go get a job. I mean, it's insane. when we hang out, I'll just kind of like start like stick my stomach out as far as I can and start walking around like him. Obviously, she finds it hilarious. Or I'll pull my pants up all the way to like right here and like walk around and talk like her dad. She loves that too. Hell, I did that around her dad and her parents and nephews and all that. They find it hilarious because it's so fucking accurate. Well, hi. But I like pull my pants all the way up there. I'm like, I love her parents. We call them the parental units. I see her, I'm like, so how are the parental units? She's like, yeah, they're good. How are the nephew units? Oh, God. I don't ask about them much anymore because it's just heartbreaking. Because they're getting older. One of them is going to be graduating soon. Was it next year? And she keeps telling me, it's like, oh, he's going to be 18. I'm like, ugh. It's like, yeah, he's going to be doing this and that. I'm like, ugh. It's like, I remember when they were in diapers. I remember when I was changing those diapers. That was fucking 2007, 2008 when I got here the first time. They were just wee lads. Wee lads still in diapers, afraid of the thunderstorms, and not anymore. I keep saying this. It's like, I don't look any different from when they first met me. And it's like the same thing when we were kids. We looked at our parents and they just never seemed to change. And even now, our parents really haven't changed much apart from gray hair. I'm like, well, now I know how they felt. It's like, I look at them, they've changed so much. Obviously, they grew, and here I am looking exactly the same. Still big, still fat. You know? But, yeah. But yeah, I'm like, stop it, the pain. And when I see them, I'm like, you know, because I usually only get to see them for Christmas or Thanksgiving or holiday, their birthdays and holidays and stuff like that. Just like a regular part of the family. Despite that, me and her haven't been together for years now. Like 2012 was last time we were together. But the fact that we're not together still, but they still treat me like family, which is really cool. Um, but I'll go over there for like Christmas or their birthday. I'm like, yeah, I've got a birthday, wish, or I know what you can get me for Christmas. You not aging anymore. In fact, can you just like revert when you were just like ye big? They were so cute. Fucking A, John. Fucking A. Anyways, moral of the story is never let your nephews grow up. Never. Just keep them compressed. If you keep something a certain way for long enough, it stays like that. Just stick them in a small box. They'll stay small forever. But it can't be some flimsy fucking plastic cardboard box. It's got to be like fucking like a steel box or hard plastic. I'm done. You guys know the drill. Ta ta.